to start off by picking up the Sephora Colorful Wing It Felt Liner using Bone White. We're gonna do all the primer after the line. I know it sounds a little weird, but trust me, it's gonna work out. Just watch. Just want to keep adding layers to this because it's not fully white. This is a really good pen, but you have to sort of let it dry a little bit. It is waterproof, so it will set, and once you go back in, it will layer really nice on top. It won't like kind of melt it and then move around. So you definitely want to use something waterproof because it's going to give you the best results. These pens can be a little bit tricky because since they are waterproof, they tend to sort of dry out. So a good way to get the pigment out is kind of just press that on the back of your hand. You know, even like pressing it against your skin, but I like to just press it in the back of my hand, and that kind of helps get some of the color out. I'm gonna go in with some gel eyeliner. This one is from Tarte. It's the clay. These pens can be a little bit tricky because since they are waterproof, they tend to sort of dry out. So a good way to get the pigment out is kind of just press that on the back of your hand. You know, even like pressing it against your skin, but I like to just press it in the back of my hand, and that kind of helps get some of the color out. I'm gonna go in with some gel eyeliner. This one is from Tarte. It's the clay paint liner, and I'm just gonna use a very thin brush. This one is from e.l.f. It's the angled eyeliner brush. Just use any really fine tip brush because we're gonna go in and try to trace this eyeliner. I made it a little bit thicker accidentally up here, but I will go back in and fix that right on top again and trace the top part. Okay, so I'm gonna go in and try to clean up as much of the mess that I made. I get so frustrated sometimes when I do my makeup, especially when I'm filming, because this is like, it's like a curse. Every time I go in and do my makeup, it looks fine, but as soon as I film it, I have like the biggest trouble. I'm gonna go back in with the black eyeliner, but this time I'm going in with my tattoo liner in Trooper. So this one's really fine, so I like to just go in to clean up the very last bit and just to add, you know, black where there's a little bit of white. It's really just a process of going back and forth, cleaning up lines. You're never gonna get it perfect. I mean, maybe you will, but it's hard to get it perfect the first time, so you just have to keep going in and retouching up a few lines. But again, you want to use waterproof for this because it's not going to mix around. It's just going to cover it and sit right on top of it. I'm going in now with a little bit of my Lang Low Pro Longwear paint pot. I'm picking up a small amount of this to help prime my eyelid, but also clean up this top part. So this is, again, with a steady hand, and then just go right above the line. And then I'm also gonna go right underneath here and clean up the bottom. I'm gonna pick up this shade here called Flower Child from my Tarte in the Bloom palette. So I'm just gonna go in and set my primer. I'm just gonna do a very quick brow. And then taking a little bit of concealer, I'm just going to carve it out really defined. And then some brow gel. I'm gonna go back in with my Tarte lip palette to pick up the color Jet Setter. I'm gonna just go right into the crease. I'm not really gonna define it too much because we already have, like, you know, the eyeliner, and you don't want to do too much with the eyes. You really just want that to pop on its own. I'm going in with Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. I use the color 415, and the brush I'm using is my Deluxe Buffer. This one, I think it's from Morphe, but it doesn't have a name. Okay. The concealer I'm going to go in with is my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I use the color Ginger. I'm going to go pretty heavy with the concealer. And then quickly I'm going to go in with my Airspun and bake my face. To add some bronzer, I'm taking my Benefit Hoola bronzer. This one is my favorite bronzer. Just go in and I'm just gonna slightly bronze my face. I don't want anything like too dramatic, but I still need this because I don't want to look like, you know. And then, of course, I'm gonna bake. Taking my Becca highlighter in the color Opal. And just, I have a little bit of powder there, but it's okay. We're just gonna ignore that and just highlight. I'm gonna move back to finish the eyes. Just go ahead and sweep any of that powder away. Going back in with Jet Setter, this one here, right under the eyes. And just apply that right on the lash line. The next step is to take some mascara. I'm using the Marc Jacobs in Velvet Noir. And just apply a few coats to your top and your bottom lashes. So the lashes that I'm actually going to use for this look are two sets of Bambi lashes from House of Lashes. You can use one set or you can use whatever eyelashes that you want, but I chose to use, first of all, I love this style of lashes because they're very wispy, and I chose to use two because obviously I want more drama for this look. I just put some glue on it. I'm just waiting for it to get a little bit tacky. I use the clear duo adhesive. I used to use the duo, the brush on adhesive, but it just straight up, it ruins your eyelashes. So I recently went back to the latex one. I like this one a lot better. Put it right on. Get this as close as possible to your lashes because we have that black line. You don't want it anywhere above it because it will like ruin your design. Okay, so we're almost done, but I just wanted to add something a little extra to the eyes. Although there is like a really cool liner going on, it still feels a little bit, I don't know, still there's something missing. So I just want to add a little bit of highlight. This one is Vanilla from MAC. It's one of their beautiful pigments. Adding a little bit of this to my brow bone. And also don't forget the inner corners of your eyes. I slightly wet my brush and I'm going to go back in and intensify the inner corners. If you ever want to intensify a color, then wet your brush with like some Fix Plus, any sort of setting spray, any water that can go on your face. I think you can use for this. For the lips, I'm going to go in with Bow and Arrow from Kat Von D. It's one of my favorite liquid lipstick colors. Go in. I'll probably use a lip liner. Okay, so for the very center of my lips, instead of going in with something a little bit lighter like I first thought, I'm actually going to go in with my vanilla highlighter from MAC. I'm just going to use it, put it on my finger. So smart. I'm going to match the eyes. So this is the completed look. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. It is like 2 in the morning, so I'm just gonna wash this right off and go to bed. I actually really like it. I wish I did my makeup earlier so I can wear this out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not. And until next time, bye.